Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been forever. The last time we were here, it was around May, June, around that time when us guys were celebrating our 3rd year anniversary, and we shared that moment with you, and I'm just so grateful for the love I got. Thank you for everybody who watched and shared the video. Yeah, and for those guys who took time to share their personal joy in watching that video on my Instagram and even on WhatsApp and in person, I'm so grateful for you guys, and I'm so thankful that you watched and for your support. Absolutely indebted. So this video is, like the title says, I'm thinking about, or rather we are thinking about continuing the lineage. We do have a little girl, a daughter who's 16 months, and medically a woman is free to get pregnant anytime anyway, but medically it's safer for your body and for your health and for the health of your child and your pregnancy if you get pregnant when or after your first child or your previous pregnancy has been over and done with for at least 18 months. So I have 2 more months to go, and then I will feel safe mentally and medically to conceive again, God willing and by His grace, because children are a reward from the Lord, and children are people. They have their own timelines, so yeah. So like I said, I have a 2-month allowance to start to prepare my body. My first pregnancy was a pleasant surprise, kind of. But this one, I think I would like to plan a little more, or rather just expect it. And so these 2 months, I want to start to prepare my body. I want to exercise, I want to eat better. Exercise especially, because that will affect the overall mental space I am in. These past 2-3 weeks, I've really struggled with demotivation and just feeling sluggish and just not up to much. Probably this last week was way worse, because I struggled so freaking much to get through my daily to-do list. But I know that it's attributed to how I'm treating my body right now and how I feel. You guys know that dopamine is so essential in you feeling upbeat. Dopamine is God's gift. It's a reward hormone, just like oxytocin and endorphins and all those things that make you feel happy and excited. So dopamine is released usually when you exercise, or you do an activity that makes you feel like you've achieved something. It's just so good. But since I'm a stay-at-home mom and I have a help, and it's cold and I'm a homebody. I mean, I don't like to go out unless it's absolutely necessary. So sometimes my physical activity is very minimal. Like when I work, I sit on my desk in my bedroom and I do my things on the laptop and on the computer or on my phone, because I run an online business as well. So I do that sitting, So of course, by the end of the day, my muscles have not worked as hard as my mind or my emotions, So my dopamine levels are on the minimal, and I want to improve that. I want to feel better about life. So, and I want to feel better when I conceive my second baby. I want he or she to find a glorious home, because my other baby found me in a glorious space because I was going to work every day. I was using my mind, my body. I was happy. I was just living my best life, and she landed in that space, And even when you look at her in her vibe, she's a vibe, because she found us in a vibe. And I found out really soon I missed my period, and I just knew, and I started to be very intentional about my mental environment, my spiritual environment, my home environment, and my husband was super supportive as well. My workmates at that time were super supportive, and I was just super intentional from the beginning to the end. I don't think I got angry even once. I don't think I ate one piece of junk. I'm telling you, I made a total switch. I started to eat healthy throughout, had no cravings, and if I had any, I did not entertain them, because I just was very respectful of the fact that I had a human who had found a home inside my body, and I had to respect my body because it was no longer just mine alone. Now it belonged to my husband and another person. So I was taking care of my outside for my man, and I was taking care of my inside for the person that was living there. And that's why. So I started to respect my daughter from when she was conceived, and it's important for me to do that. And I don't want it to be a surprise this time. I don't want to make a drastic switch suddenly. I want to start that respect for my body, for my inside, body-wise, well before someone makes a landing, if you know what I mean. So I'm making this video hoping that I'm not already pregnant. Because, if you've been in a relationship with the Lord for a while, you know that God has a sense of humor. He has a sense of humor. And so we plan, he orders our steps. And also the fact that I live with a man, I'm married, and I do the thing, I'm just hoping. I'm just hoping. Which brings us to the topic of contraception. So, chances are probably 99.999% is that I'm not. See my flat tummy? Very flat. I mean, that is not an indicator, but you understand what I mean. I'm not trying to trick you all, but so it's what is it? Oh, contraception. Mom brain. So I've never used contraception as in the way people understand it. We are on something called NFP, Natural Family Planning. We made this decision way before we got married that we were not going to use anything. And of course there are some factors that favored us. First, I'd done a lot of research and observed also the women in my family, including my mother, and seen just the side effects of the things that they had used. And my mom was married for a long time before my dad passed away, so I saw her stages of using those things and sending me even to the pharmacy to get these pills and stuff like that. And she's also talked to me a lot about what she used throughout the 30 years that she was with my dad. And the 30 years within that time when she was giving birth to us and to my older siblings. So I had an idea, and I knew this on that and whatever. And then because you can take examples and listen to experiences from other people, but your best bet is people within your family who share your genetic code, So I knew the way the contraceptives affected my mom, there are chances that I would be affected the same way. Chances, I'm not saying it would be exact. The way it had affected my sister, there are chances are, because we came from the same lineage, same parents, same everything, blah 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 blah, chances were, So I didn't want any side effects. I have a low tolerance for pain or discomfort or irritation. I can't even stand the itch, like the scalp itch that comes with having this type of hair. So you can understand, I did not want to feel like there was anything affecting me on the insides and then projecting on the outside through any way, which is a common phenomenon for people who are using hormonal or the coil or whatever types of contraception. So luckily also I had friends who are pro NFP, so nobody talked me out of it. In fact, they keep applauding me and telling me, "You go girl, you're giving us the plug, that it works." And one disclaimer also, of course, is that it only works if your period is regular. If then yours is haphazard, then sorry, you might need to find a different plug in terms of contraceptive, something that has the most minimal effect on you, you know. But most people get into it without really understanding their own bodies and having any other research except Google and not even asking people. Because I believe contraception is a very personal matter, but it's not private, you know. Personal because it affects it affects me, my body, my space, my marriage, my children, you know. But it's not private, you know, it's not a secret. So I tend to have those conversations with many people, whoever is willing, whoever doesn't feel like I'm intruding into their you know, that. And I'm just privileged to be surrounded by women who have no shame about such a personal, beautiful thing, because that's how you can save somebody else. And in my last conversation with someone, Jerry, shout out, she introduced me to something called a patch. Not that I'm using it, but I got to find out. And trust me, I never saw it anywhere, even on Google. Even the person or people who took me through the different available options, nobody ever mentioned that, you know. And she gave me her own personal experience with it, and now I know. And because I can see her, even though we don't share the same genetic whatever, I can see that she doesn't hate it. So if ever I were to consider, you see, now I have another option that I didn't know about before, because we had that conversation, and then I brought her into my NFP space, and who knows, she might or might not consider, you know. And that's great, because education, guys, we are students of life, we keep learning. So yeah, basically have the conversation. This is two women. Have the conversation with people who are willing to share their experiences. Yes, talk to your gyna, of course, but your gyna doesn't know you. The gyna knows medically how women's bodies function, and that's beneficial. But only you know you, and only you know the women in your family, and you can see. And if they are willing to share, please indulge them. And of course, me, I'm a promoter of NFP, so if you can avoid anything that affects you, please go with the natural family planning. I mean, oh, and just in case you guys don't know what that is, because I might be saying NFP and natural family planning, like what is that? It's you not using anything at all and depending on your self-control to not do the thing when you are ovulating, you know. And you use a calendar. I might put something here to show you how it looks like. Probably take a month, one past month to show you, and it allows you to log in different details of how you're feeling, whatever. And so with the information you keep collecting, it is able to predict for you the days that you are fertile, the days that you have a medium chance of conceiving, the days that you have a low chance. And of course, it also is used as a period predictor. And for me, for the 3 years I've used it, and I started using it for just period tracking before I got married. So it had a lot of my data. Even like when I was married, the app already had my data. So, and it's always been accurate. Except after I gave birth and my periods became a little erratic, or my cycle changed a little bit. So as I was saying, now that after I've given birth, my cycle is still readjusting, yes, 16 months later, because body changes, guys. It's still regular, it's just that it's not, my cycle is no longer the exact number that it was, and the app is collecting that data and adjusting accordingly. So I'm not too worried about that, about it not being accurate. But then the fact that it's been predicting either like my periods would come tomorrow, and then they end up coming 2 days later. So that's why I'm saying I'm really hoping that I'm not making this video saying the way I'm planning to get ready for a baby when I already have a baby. That would be funny. It would be so strange. I'm not ready. I'm not ready mentally. So that's NFP for you. Consider it. Know your body before you get married. Know the triggers in your lineage. Talk to your mama, talk to your sisters, talk to your friends. Ask as many questions as you can, and don't believe the hype. You know the way people say, yeah, me atajani affect sana, me could sawa, but then they're just not willing to tell you, I'm sticking to it because I don't know which app I want to go to. Yeah, so the main reason I was doing this video was to tell you that, to talk a little bit about the phase that I want to go to mentally, spiritually, through taking better care of my emotional, physical space and my mental space, because of the struggling to get through my to-do list without feeling overwhelmed and tired and just demotivated, and knowing that that is because I haven't been active physically enough. I mean, it's not just enough to walk around the house or, you know, go up and down the stairs. Like, your body needs a lot more so that it can get in line with, it can come to the exact space where your mind is. Because I've been very motivated, I have so many things I'm working on, but then my body just wouldn't allow my mind to function in that way, because I can't. And so my mind tends to fall back and work in sync with my body. You know the way you're told bad character corrupts good morals? So here, my body is the bad character and my mind is the good morals. So my body is correcting my mind, telling my mind, we can't do this, we are tired, let's just sleep it. But I can't do it on my own. I need a community to help me. I need a community to help me to get my body ready for conception and get my mind strong enough, like my mental stamina strong enough so that it can say no to my body when my body wants something that is not good for me for that day. I also need a community because if you want to go far, go with other people. People think that's a cliche, but it's the truth. I've tried soloing here. It's not working. I am with the Lord and the angels, but those guys don't need any physical exercise. So it's up to me to do that. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And I really, if you guys know any jogging groups of women or exercise type people, support groups who are in Lower Kabete sides, please hit me up, because even though there's COVID, we can jog, guys. We can jog, and you jog on one end and I'll jog on the other. I just need somebody to tell me, let's do this, you know. Let's say no to the to the sluggish side and get ready for winning and for babies and for kicking ass when it comes to our to-do list. And imagine that's one way that we make God proud, because He loves when we pray, He loves when we fast, He loves when we encourage each other in the word, He loves when we have revelation, when we prophesy and when we speak in tongues. But He also really loves when we take care of this temple. He really loves it when we respect the fact that He created a masterpiece. If you guys knew how our bodies were working, and me, it's called a what? When you are obsessed with nature and science and discovery things and those things, I'm those types of people. I love documentaries about real things, not theories and speculation. Those things are so fascinating, and they always point me back to an amazing creator. And if I were Him, and then I made something so amazing and that thing was just like meh, you know, I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked. Like, I'm shocked at myself sometimes, you know? So yeah, pretty much this video has a lot of but yes. Okay, so that's it for this video today. I'm so glad you watched. I'm so glad you were with me. It's cold and gloomy and whatever, but we are staying strong, we're happy. Stay encouraged, keep motivated, find ways that work for you to keep winning in your own space. I will see you next time. Like, share, and please subscribe, and let's grow the family. I will see you next time. God bless you. Mwah.